Welcome back to another episode of Ravens Roundup. Today is November 13th. We are coming off what I would call a embarrassing disaster of a loss to a good team, and not mad about the loss, just mad about the way we lost. It's the how that bothered me about how we lost that game, man. We'll get into how everybody feels about what transpired and whatnot. But before we get into that, I want to say what's up to my co-host. How y'all doing? How was your? Oh Lord, I just looked at the screen and saw what was going on behind Hendo. This dude, man. You know what? You know what? You was gonna get your wish, but you can't get it now.
Oh, that's
You
not
was gonna
right.
get what you asked for. You take that little funky $5, and you ain't getting what the other thing you asked for. See, I was gonna oblige because it is true what you said, but I would not be saying that on camera. I will not be saying that on camera.
That's all right.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you would do that. All in wide rights and wide lefts, and you gonna okay.
Coach, we staying in the present, coach. We're not going back to the 90, 91, 92, 95. We're not going back there. We're going here now.
Okay. Y'all got it.
Even the background was thumbs up to the background.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Anyway, other than Florida State, Miami, how was y'all weekend, man?
Man, Coach, for a second I forgot that we lost the game because that intro was that was dope. I was like, yeah, that got me ready for the show. I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be angry today. Hold on a second.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, sending the stuff in and promptly, actually, because it was the last minute me asking for, and you guys, responded with what I needed and did what I needed to do. So I appreciate y'all, doing y'all part, and that just was me putting what I needed to do and getting it in and getting it done at the very last minute because I just finished it at like 8:40.
But you got done. That's all that matters.
Hey, it's there, so I ain't got to worry about doing it for the rest of the season. So I appreciate it. Mike came through, all y'all came through. I appreciate it. And people that looking at that intro, there are a lot of people that be in the chat box that are in that intro. And the reason they're in that because they came to the meet and greet. Mm-hmm. So the next time we decide to throw something together and get together, be your butt in the place. Mm-hmm. Be your butt in the place. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
There you go.
All right.
Don't miss it.
Right. Because a time was had, as the people say.
Yes.
A time was had.
Absolutely.
At the meet and greet and after.
Yeah. It got funky afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
It did. Yeah. In a good way. In a good way. In a good way. Not musty funky.
Nah. Well, besides the one guy that got carried out, but
oh yeah, he got musty funky.
Yeah, he wasn't with us, so we wasn't worried about that.
No, exactly. So again, appreciate everybody for coming through. Let's kind of see who we got in here. And first, we got a guy that was called out yesterday. He was the first to come in here while I was putting the stream together. Shout out to Suge, being the first to come through. One of the major Ravens fans that I know. Suge Knight 323. Probably one of the biggest Ravens fans I know, aside from us. Mm-hmm. So appreciate Suge. Suge's probably going to the game Thursday. So if y'all catch Suge at the M&T Bank, make sure y'all shout him out. Suge Knight 323. See him in the bank with his black on, with 8 black Lamar jersey on. Shout him out.
waving a purple towel.
Right. What's good? YG Michi, Jay the 6. Appreciate you, Jay. And we know Jay gonna come in and drop all kind of stuff because he was on fire yesterday.
Nonsense.
Jay was on fire yesterday. So Bazel, Rave Kingdom, Chris Earl, appreciate it. Appreciate the love, Rave Kingdom on the intro. Appreciate it. T. Pinellas, appreciate it. Not the FSU in the background. Yes, that's the FSU in the background. Yes, but you know what, Hendo? I don't hate to keep going back to this, but I really ain't even mad. I'm mad, but I ain't. Because I expected y'all to beat the dog, you know what, out of us. And for us to compete at that high level with a brand new quarterback, I'm cool with it.
That's how it always is. It's like playing against backup tackles. It don't work out the way you think it is.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. Got my challenge. No shots today because we
You
lost.
sure? Listen, coach.
I'm still taking a shot. I don't
Coach,
care.
You still taking a shot?
They ain't gonna ruin my day.
Hey, coach. This is either water or it's Everclear because we were leading for 3 quarters.
We were. Salute. Mike, that was a big shot.
Yeah,
he got to get over what he got over.
bad day yesterday.
Gotcha.
How many people we got in the chat right now?
We 87.
87. Hit that like button.
87.
Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Look, you see these things that we're putting on the screen right here. You can get one of these. All right? Hit us up. You get this one right here. Patreon.com/sip2tally. All right. This is clean right here. This
Keeps
is
your beverages
real nice.
cold.
This is real nice. All right. Like this is so nice. April will tell you. Like I tell her, don't touch the chalice. Right. Like it doesn't go with the other dishes. And if she moves it around, I'll ask her, where's the chalice? She's like, you mean the glass? No, the chalice. Where's my chalice?
Chalice.
You got a special name. But as far as that, the points, I've given you your points for your likes. Also, I've hit your 25 already. I hit your 50 already. So everybody that came in and hit the like button, appreciate you. So if you have not done so, it's 90 of y'all in here. Go ahead and do that. Hit that like button. And again, once we get to 75, I give you your points. Once we get to 100, I give you your points. So if I don't do it, somebody in the chat box just remind me, and I get on over there and do that. But without further ado, unless you guys want to add something to it, we'll just bring the superstar in right here. And keep this thing rolling. What's good, my guy?
What's going
What's
on?
up, Chris?
Salute.
No
Where
beat.
where the water jug at?
It's never far.
Had to take one with you, Chris. Had to.
Yeah, I got the strong stuffs today.
Gotcha. So you just got here, right? So did you see the intro?
I did not.
You gotta run it back for Chris. One
Run it
more
back,
time.
run it back.
You're gonna run the intro back for Chris.
Run it back.
You gotta run it back for Chris. You ready?
I'm ready.
That's the 30-second version.
I like it. I like
We got
it.
a long version.
I like it.
Appreciate it. We threw that together today, and again, appreciate everybody for showing up for the roundup. Chris went through hell to get there and get back. Appreciate that. I actually went through hell getting back, and but we had a great time, and I do it all again whenever that time comes up. So now we can get into football. We got everybody here. Shout out to B too, man. B, I know B, not feeling well. So shout out to B. I think I saw him in the chat box somewhere at some point. So shout out to B and get well soon, my guy. Approved PTO. He looking for that 4-day work week with Thanksgiving holiday coming up. I know what he's trying to do. Let's start with these Ravens, man. Again, lost to the hated Browns. What was it? 33-31. Last second field goal. Led for over 59 minutes, which is unheard of to lead for that long and still lose. Not right, Chris?
No, it's not right what the Ravens did. That's what's not right.
and lost. It's just disheartening to consistently. And before we even get into the specifics, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I was going to spend most of my day looking up how many times we have blown leads. And Sarah Ellison tweeted out something. She got part of it from Jeff Zarebrick, part of it from another source, and part of it from maybe she did her own research. And I don't know the specific numbers, but you can go check out her tweet. But basically, we blow a lot of damn leads up under Harbaugh.
Yes.
We got rid of Roman. Got rid of Wink. One constant remains.
Poe.
But coach, this goes back to even before Lamar got here.
No, Lamar's not the constant I'm thinking about.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just saying, like, for people that are thinking, hey, yeah, that Harbaugh and Lamar, it's a Harbaugh and Lamar issue. No, this is a Harbaugh issue because even with Flacco, he was doing this. You guys remember that Patriots game in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
We blew two score leads.
Sure did.
Two touchdown leads.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is MO.
And the thing is, nobody, ain't but one person can do something about it.
Yep.
One person. And if he cool with being this roller coaster ride and not just
Chris, I'm
ascending.
about to make a call. Chris said, hold on. He said, hold on, let me get off and make a call.
If he cool with that running up and down and not, I guess we'd fine with it. As long as people keep going to the games and filling up the stadium and buying merch,
Man,
he gonna be cool with it.
They're not filling up the stadium, though, Coach.
Are you not?
That's part of the problem. They're not having sellouts.
Oh.
And they're still trying to blame that on the London trip with two knees. They're still trying to take it back today and say that's why the reason people not coming to the games anymore. I think the people aren't coming to the games because the team's not as consistent as a lot of people think they should be.
Oh, well, the local, certain crooked cop on the radio over here keeps saying that, it's the crime downtown. That's what it is. It's the squeegee kids.
Sweet, yeah.
How about them damn prices?
Right.
Because they went up a little bit this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that the season tickets definitely went up. I heard that.
Yeah, so it's I'm sure that plays a part.
And when you are home, you lose.
Play bet on the road. That sucks too.
Yeah,
that sucks too. All right. Okay, my bad. I was reading what was said. Had to catch up. now I'm up to speed. All right, let's get to the players. Let's start with the DBs like we always do. I thought initially we were good.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Kyle with that great first or second, whatever, the play of the game early.
Second play.
Brandon Stevens made some good plays throughout the game, and we just fell off the cliff. We fell off the cliff as a whole defensively. And I have ideas of what happened. Like me and you was talking before we started.
Mm-hmm.
Like early in the game, the Browns were trying to hit home run shots, and we weren't letting them. We were defending it well. So at halftime, they adjusted. They said, forget the home run shots. We want to see if y'all could tackle. So they started throwing stuff short and seeing if we could tackle, and we could not. Nobody could tackle. Nobody. So I just when they adjusted, we didn't. And I think Marcus Williams should have been taken out of the game for another linebacker. But no. Other than that, DBs were okay or whatever. But you guys tell me how you think about it.
I mean, they only gave up like a little over 200 yards passing. So coverage wise, they were fine. Mm-hmm. But like I said, like it's all around for the defense, it was tackling, and also like just the passing, like when they were giving up the passing yards, those big plays they were giving up, especially towards the end. And this is why you see me wearing the shirt today, defund the defense. Again, I don't wear it just to get on the defense, but it's to remind people in clutch situations, you're not relying on the defense, right? In clutch moments, we're not saying the defense got to do it. You're saying Lamar got to do it, right? So, that second and 18 or 19 or whatever it was, and they get most of that on one pass.
Yep.
Like that's where you got to say, all right, secondary, like this is where we're putting the money, into the team. Like you have to shut that down. Like there shouldn't be no way that they're picking up that first down after that. Especially this team, because they're a little inept on offense, but every big play that they needed, they got.
Exactly. That was so disheartening. I remember when it happened, Jose, I was like, how do you even let there was nobody in the middle of the field when he caught that ball. It's like all the DBs were outside the numbers, and Amari Cooper was pretty much there by himself. And I know the Harbaugh said it was blown coverage, but come on, bro.
Listen,
it happened more than once too. So
Yes.
He was tearing the middle of that field up.
And there's
Go
one
ahead,
play.
no, my bad.
Go ahead,
Oh no, I was just gonna say, listen, I know Jose said they were decent. I'm gonna give them a below average. Now in the first half they were doing their thing, but for me, what set it off was looking at the statistics and seeing Deshaun Watson went 14 for 14 in the second half.
Yes.
Now I know they gave up only 200 and maybe 30 something yards, but you gave 134 of those yards on 14 completions out of 14 targets in the second half. So like we discussed before, Coach, it's not about how you play specifically, it's about when you make the plays. And in the second half, when we needed them to make plays, they didn't. Like you spoke of earlier, since John Harbaugh's been a coach, we've had so many blown leads. In the last 2 years, 5 double-digit blown leads by the defense. Since 2021, I think it's 9 when we've been up in the third or fourth quarter. So yeah, defensive backs did what they were supposed to do technically, but the way that Deshaun Watson's been playing to me for this whole season, for him to come out with that confidence to just go out and throw the ball like he Patrick Mahomes, that's where I had a problem, because he didn't miss one pass. He looked horrible in the first half. I think he was 1 for 9 to start the game.
Yeah,
and limping at
halftime. Listen. B was in the Discord talking about PJ Walker time, and I'm like, it might be, and so we might lose, but. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do technically, but once again, to Jose's point, we allocate all our assets to the defense. Our money goes to the defense. Our draft picks go to the defense. Our free agents go to the defense for the most part. So when we need them to make a play, especially when we give you multiple, because I think it was 3 times in this game that they had a double-digit lead or a 14-point lead.
Yep.
2 or 3 times they had a 14-point lead. This is what we pay you for. And I understand we have injuries. The Browns had injuries. And I don't know what the hell was going on, but we'll get to some other positions later.
Yeah, man, it was a tale of 2 halves, man. The first half they look good. Second half they look crazy. I know we giving Harbs some flack, you know what I mean, but I think in your stream, Hendo, I mentioned how McDonald was looking more like McDowell's. Yesterday in the second half,
the Big Mick.
Yeah. So like they obviously they were attacking the middle of the field, and there was no adjustment there. Now he can't go out there and make tackles for them, right? That was on the defense, that was on the players themselves. But his adjustments in situations like that, right? I'm calling into question. Like, has he been doing his thing this year? Yeah. He's been calling a good game. He's made himself a candidate for a possible head coaching job. But in the situation since he's been here and we've had leads and blown them late, the adjustments in those situations just ain't there. So of course Harbs takes some of the blame there, but McDonald, he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough adjusting to what the Browns came out in their adjustments in the second half, to your point, Coach. So, but it was a tale of 2 halves, man. Like you look, you get a B in the first half, you failed in the second half. It was crazy to see how that went down. But
speaking of grades, I forgot to give our little PFF stuff before I started. Kyle 78, Arthur Millette 15 snaps 71, Marlon 44 snaps 70.9, Brandon Stevens 77 snaps 66, Marcus Williams 77 snaps 54, Geno Stone, wow, Geno Stone 52 snaps 45.9.
You know how many tackles he missed? Yeah, that's about right.
Sure, a bunch. He missed 25. His missed tackle percentage is 25%.
His grade probably would have been a little bit higher if Kyle Hamilton didn't run into him when he was trying to get.
Well, maybe he ran into Kyle Hamilton when Kyle Hamilton get an interception.
Listen. Geno's on the hot streak. Okay, get out of his way.
Well, Kyle had just got one already, so Kyle was being greedy.
Coach,
yes,
Coach. Kyle is signed for the next 2 years. Geno Smith is a free agent. I mean, Geno Stone is a free agent after this year.
Yeah. He
Let
trying
your
to
man-
get first team all pro here. He got to keep
Right.
that streak going as long as possible.
Let your man get his money. And Mike, to your point, I'll agree with you. Like Mike McDonald has to make adjustments, but who's the head coach? When your assistants aren't making their adjustments, who's in charge of that? And it's not just him. It was with Wink Martindale, it was with Dean Pease, it was with Cam Cameron, it was with all of his assistants. He has not had assistants that made halftime or in-game adjustments since Harbaugh's been here. So when does it fall on him to say, you know what, bro? Certain people aren't in this game right now. What the F are you doing?
Yep. And one more grade. Rock your sin, 41.
That's a lot.
Now, if you're a Patreon, you've already seen me verbally cut loose on Rock Your Sin on tomorrow's video. If you're a Patreon member have already seen tomorrow's video. It's on the Patreon channel. But tomorrow in the morning, when you watch the video tomorrow, the video tomorrow is about that long 17 play, 10-minute drive. You will see me get on Rock Your Sin's butt about some BS. And I'm sure he deserved this grade of 41.
What was his snap count?
31.
31.
But
31 too many.
But it was the most snaps that he's played this season on defense.
Yeah, because he normally plays in extended garbage time.
Or mostly special teams. Yeah.
Where's Darby?
I forgot he was on the team.
Me too.
I mean, the both of them, like they weren't playing much at all, but like I feel like I would have went to Darby and
no. Where's Pepe?
Hurt?
That's not good enough. He was supposed to Ben come off IR.
Did Jalen Arthur Davis? I thought he was off IR. Did he play?
What Caillou Blue Kelly?
Just got picked up.
He's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Getting that cheese, that cheddar.
But we don't know, man. And especially because they say Marlowe has a calf strain. Just everybody remember. KD started with a calf strain. Just remember that. Go ahead, Kendo.
I'm sorry, but listen, Ray was saying, Flock, I love y'all. I love y'all to death. I really do. But they came out and said they said that Marlowe had a calf strain. Thank goodness, wasn't anything serious. But I saw Ravens Flock talking about good. You know, knowing Marlowe like I do, he gonna play Thursday. What? Joe Burrow in week 8 just got back from a calf strain. And you think that in 4 days, Marlowe's just gonna get up and be like, y'all, I'm good to go. Let's go.
And I don't believe Harbaugh anyway. He's a liar.
Yes.
When a player says when he says a player's day to day, that means he's gonna be out for a while. So I expect Marlowe and Ronnie Stanley to be out for a while.
They'll be back after the bye week.
Yeah, until February.
Yeah.
At least the bye week, maybe February.
Right.
So we'll see. Anyone you want to wrap up the DBs?
No.
Close the book on them cats.
Yeah.
Let's go to our 2 linebackers. I almost messed up just then. What I was going to say, I might have got ran out of Baltimore. Never been able to go back.
Son.
What I was about to say.
You was about to apologize because San Francisco linebacker is better. It's okay, coach.
I was not about to do that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And I will not do that because I was watching at San Francisco and I was seeing what Bosa and Chase Young, like that was a run play. That was a play action. Mm-hmm. San Francisco linebackers didn't move because they knew they didn't have no run responsibility. They didn't move. They didn't go with the run. They didn't bite on the run at all because they know they don't have to. They just stood there and started looking at receivers. They don't have to do stuff because look what they got in front of them. They don't have no responsibility until they actually see somebody attacking the line of scrimmage. But we ain't talking about that right now. We ain't talking about that. That was not what I was going to say. Appreciate you, Brian. Let's see what Brian talk about. He said something about the Seminoles. I got to go find it. He said, "Come on,
he's a hater."
No,
Brian said, "He's a hater."
Why are you surprised a Seminole stealing money? He talking about Darby.
Listen, I know what he's talking about, bro. No, listen, he's lucky this your stream. We're not getting in this conversation right now.
Oh, but the linebackers, my bad. Where are they? I see why. I see why I couldn't find him. Pat Queen, 78 snaps, 44.2. Roquan, 78 snaps, 75.4. Roquan did have 21 tackles. He had a 5% missed tackle percentage. Well, if that's the case, I know the one tackle he missed, and it was on Njoku. They got Queen with 5 missed tackles. I didn't see 5. I know one on Njoku too. I didn't see 5, but I take their metric for what it is. They got Queen at 44.2.
They counted that goal line runners too.
Well, Westcom helped them out with that. Michael Pierce helped the running back out.
It don't matter.
But it is what it is. But neither one of them, it saved Roquan missed one tackle, but he had 21 tackles, and I think one of y'all said it yesterday. That was the quietest 21 tackles I'd seen. Yeah. When I saw that on the stat sheet, I'm like, 21 tackles. Well, I ain't seen nobody tackling nobody. So they was just out there, man. I didn't see no real positive impact. I can't say they had a huge negative impact other than a few missed tackles, but they didn't have a huge impact on the game. It was the DBs and the D line that had the impact on the game, positively and negatively for me. So they were just out there running around getting cardio.
Yeah, and look, yeah, tackles, whatever you want to call it, but I put them, with that front seven and the way that that run defense was looking, they catch some of that smoke, so yeah, but I agree with you. It's hard to say anything bad about them. I mean, they don't. I put it this way: they don't make mistakes to the point where it's like, all right, they lost us the game, right? But like you said, they was there, they was out there, But I'm gonna give them a little bit of that run defense.
Listen. I would honestly, all jokes aside, I have nothing bad to say about them. Listen, it like we say all the time, you can't expect your defense to play at a high level each and every game. You just can't expect it. And they really didn't have bad games. Everybody misses tackles. So I'm not gonna put that solely on them, but I will say it looked like David Njoku got that Mario brother flower, and he was just running through people and they just bing, 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 bouncing off like.
Hey, listen, I agree. But look, when one linebacker is getting $100 million and the other linebacker is trying to get $100 million contract, I expect more. Sorry.
And like I said, even though he had 21 tackles,
nobody knew.
They were 21 of the quietest tackles I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Like they must have got him for piling. Like we do run to the ball.
He got Ray Lewis tackles. We
do run to the ball. But
he was touching him when he fell to the ground.
I guess.
it was people already on him. He's like, got it.
I got in the frame.
Right.
Mike, you good on linebackers? Or?
Yeah, I'm good. Little Mikey said they was terrible. That's what he just said when he walked up.
High five, little Mikey for me. High five for me. When he come back. Right. I know he's gonna be in and out. The front seven. So I go with, and that's pretty much everybody else that's up here. This is surprising for you, Hendo. The second highest defensive.
Boy.
Who?
Your boy.
Who you think it is?
Your boy 95?
Nah, it ain't 95.
Oh, okay.
It ain't 95. It's my boy and / your boy 98.
Oh, he had a decent game.
He was he only played 26 snaps. Travis Jones, he was 76.4%. Clowney had played 42 snaps. He was 74.8. Let's see. Michael Pierce played 46 snaps. He was 64. Owe played 47. He was 64. Manabika played 58. He was 61. Project Washington played 27. He was 60. Malik played 12, and Malik should have played a lot more, and not necessarily at end. Should have played. They should have went to some kind of 3 linebacker look, but I ain't gonna even. I digress. Your boy 95 played 8 snaps and a 58. Brent Urban played 14 snaps and had a 58. He had one hell of a play though. You'll see it tomorrow on the show. On the video. He had one hell of a play. Van Noy 47 snaps, 57%, and that's the rest of them right there. That's all of the defense right there. So played well early, but I think they got tired. When we couldn't get them off the field, when we couldn't, stop them on third down, I think they got tired, and it started to show. I think out of Cleveland's offensive line and our defensive front seven, Wyatt Teller was the best player on the field, and that's why they continued to run right, and that's why they continue to have success when they ran right. Wyatt Teller was by far the best hog offensively and defensively, up there, and they found a advantage and they went to it. Most of their runs were either was ISO right, counter right, toss right. It was behind Teller. He had something to do with it.
Yeah, Owe was almost a hero there. He had a strip sack and couldn't land on it. But yeah, no man, like that's it's wasn't a good day for them. That's all I'm gonna say. You got two backup tackles out there. You're supposed to dominate. Because I know when our backup tackles were out there, they had a lot of fun.
What?
Okay?
Fun.
They had, both the ends were high fiving each other at the quarterback.
As a quarterback.
All day. So no man, just wasn't a good day all around for everybody. But I mean, this is another unit. They just didn't play well.
Yeah, this is my thought right here. Chris Earl just said
it.
After that drive, and they were getting yardage, from time to time. But after that drive, then we turned around and scored real quick.
Right. Yeah.
And they went right back out there. They was wild.
But listen, so coach, to me, that don't make a damn difference. I don't care about the 10-minute drive, because what I've heard for the last 3 years is Eric DeCosta is a genius for the depth that he's built on this team. And if we have this depth, that 10-minute drive don't mean shit. I'm sorry to say, but listen, they had their third and fourth string tackles. Shout out. They had their third and fourth string tackles in the game against our defense, was the second ranked defense in the game, which was first against the run, I think, giving up 91.8 yards a game. We gave up 178 yards rushing against third and fourth string tackles. I mean, listen, shout out to OA. I think Chuck Smith is really helping him out. He's getting a lot better. Listen, Jadeveon Clowney was probably the best signing that we had.
Yeah.
And shout out to Travis Jones. Like, Travis Jones had a decent game.
Yeah.
But
first time in a while.
But overall, as a defense, listen, like I said, they're allocated too much stuff for them to go up against backups, to go up against a team that really can't score. Because even though they have Deshaun Watson, they don't have Nick Chubb, and Deshaun Watson's not the Deshaun Watson of old.
Right.
I just think that, Cleveland came in here and out Baltimore. I think Cedric Tillman knocked the football players a football pass out of Kyle Van Noy, and that just turned everything around.
And speaking of that, Jared donated $1 and said he knew we was going to be in for a long game when Van Noy got smacked by a wide receiver. That's what Jared's donation said.
Cedric Tillman a big boy though. Like, don't act like he's little. He a big boy.
But again, and I said this during the stream. Tell me what y'all think. Is that not crackback? Is that not illegal now?
It is.
It is.
It should have been called. Yeah. It should have been called.
It should have definitely been a call.
And Van Noy, didn't he get a penalty after that because he was protesting it?
He bumped. He just bumped him a little bit.
And he gonna get fined for it, I'm sure. That's one of those things. The ref clearly got it wrong, right? You're supposed to flag for that. I can understand why the player is upset. You're looking at the play. You're looking at it,
that's one of the players where you really get hurt too.
Yeah, and they're not going to admit to it, but I just think ref didn't understand it at that point. Like, didn't understand. Oh yeah, that should have been flagged.
Right.
They didn't not see it.
He definitely saw it. Right. Because it had a huge impact on the play.
Yeah.
Huge impact on the play.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. To me, as a unit early on, they looked okay, but like I said earlier, like the run gashing that was going on, was just that was a little off-putting for me. Like, that had me thinking, like, okay, guys, like, you just seen it. But the missed tackles. Like we got to Deshaun, right? We got to him, and we might get a hand on him, but like we was missing. Like we didn't touch him up like we could have and like we should have, right? We didn't bring him down in times that we should have. You know, the man eventually was on one foot, and you know that was when we should have smelled blood, you know, and we didn't, you know, and we let him go in. He got shot up with that good. And he came out and he ain't played like that ever since he been back. So, but it's when we get there, man, we got to tackle. Yesterday as a whole, tackling was just terrible. It was terrible. It looked like last year. Like it really looked like a time or two last year. Well, a good stretch last year where tackling was just a problem. It just we hadn't had that all year, right? But yesterday they reverted back to not being able to tackle and bring the quarterback down, and you know the running back bouncing off of people. It just as a whole, tackling wasn't there.
According to PFF, there were 11 missed tackles. And I give them to you. One from Roquan, one from Brandon Stevens, one from Michael Pierce, one from one from Van Owen, one from Marcus, one from Geno Stone, and they said Queen had 5.
Jeez.
Way to go, Joe.
So that's 11.
5.
It felt like more than that.
It did.
It felt like more than that. It really did. And not from Queen, but and I ain't this ain't me trying to take up for Queen. It just felt like other people missed. Like it should have been about 20 missed tackles.
Yeah,
because it was a collective.
Yeah, it was a collective. Yeah, because anybody that even thought they wanted to tackle Njoku missed the tackle.
Yeah, and I mean I didn't see 5 from my boy Queen, but if that's what they say, but I ain't see 5. But I ain't going to look though. yeah, right. But at the very least, it felt like it was more. It was more as a group that was out there missing tackles.
Right.
And I think that the most upsetting thing for me, I think the reason I'm really upset is missed tackles. It happens. Like we're used to it. But when is the last time the Ravens gave up 170 some yards rushing?
Right. And we gave up 100 yards to a no name. I can see we give up 100 yards to Kareem Hunt.
107.
Yeah, that was Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb.
I don't
even know the dude's name. What's his name?
Jerome Ford.
Ford. Yeah.
He said he feel like he ought to fix my alternator.
170 yards.
Wrong. He's supposed to fix my alternator.
107 yards, 6.3 yards per rush.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they were gashing us, man, and it was early. It was early. Like I felt it early where it was just like, but we were up, so it was like, all right, we maybe we can weather this. But
you know what, Mike? I felt the same way, right? Because it's the same thing that happened in the Colts game. Zach Moss was killing us to the outside, but I thought, man, that was early on. We fixed that. That's not going to be it. They're not going to keep doing that. No, they kept doing it. This is going to continue to be a problem until they fix it.
Yeah, but B Cam said the same thing. Coach ran over the defense, and I think somebody just said that we almost gave up 200 to the Steelers last year.
We gotta look out for this on Thursday night because Joe Mixon, they're absolutely going to try to exploit this.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh yeah,
most definitely. And on a short week too, so the game plan got to be simple. It's really going to be who can impose their will the quickest.
And the defense going to be tired.
Luckily, they got beat up on by Houston.
Yep. Yeah. I think one of their ends are out, maybe.
Ted Hendrickson, he got hurt, so he might not. The guy that ran back the touchdown.
The one that be killing us every time he plays us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
and that to Easy's point, we ain't got there yet, but yes, they stuck with it.
Yes,
yeah, right.
And we didn't.
Right.
They stuck with what worked.
They went to early in the game. They were trying to throw deep and trying to be aggressive. They realized that crap wasn't working. Deshaun was 1'9" or whatever. Came out the second half with a different game plan, still running the ball, but a different game plan throwing wise, and we didn't change.
Look at that.
Defensively, this is what I saw. We stayed in a too high shell. So all they threw was underneath stuff and just let their guys get yacked. They had one play. It was 3rd and 11. Deshaun Watson threw the ball no yards to Njoku, and he still got the first down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He broke a tackle from Queen and somebody else and got the first down.
That's just not supposed to happen.
They had a 3rd and 7. They threw like a 4-yard pass to Cooper, but he threw it where Cooper could run after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
First down.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't trying to get these chunk yardage. They were throwing the ball, letting their guys make a play. Whereas our 3rd downs, we trying to throw it to the sticks every time. We don't believe in throwing it short and giving the guy opportunity. We try to throw it to the sticks. But let's go to offense. All right, let's start with
Big Reg. I think Higgins is out. I think they say he's not going to play.
Good for us.
That is good for us.
Still got Chase though.
Yeah.
And you know who, Jose?
Man, he dropped that touchdown. Though.
You know who, Jose?
Who?
Oh, Charlie Jones.
Is he back?
Oh, he was hurt?
He's on IR.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Yeah.
So he can't hurt us anymore, Coach.
Oh.
There's no way.
We're safe.
No offense, but there's no way he's supposed to be a white man with a name.
Jay
like
Green,
Charlie.
he still play for us. That's my thoughts. He still play. He tried to give it to us. He tried to help us out. We blew.
Coach, Duvernay tried to help him out. He dropped the ball. Duvernay was still there. It's like, get the ball, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit you. Get the ball, bro. Come on.
He tried to help us out. He tried to help us out. The rest of the team ain't fall in.
Hey,
he had his Ravens undershirt on. The pump was coming down. He looked at Duvernay and said, I'm finna drop this. Looked him right in the face. I'm finna drop it. You get on it, all right? Duvernay got on it.
Yo, they gonna cut me here.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie though, I hated it had to be him though.
I did too.
I felt so bad.
And then he got a catch 9 yards out of bounds.
Yeah.
But he beat the dude, Coach.
Oh yeah.
Like if that had been a better throw, that'd have been his first touchdown.
If he was the field.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to offense. Start with the what we start. We normally start with O-line.
Yeah.
O-line. So O-line grades. Had a conversation about this dude. Somebody said that this dude rarely plays bad, but he's the highest graded O-lineman from this, according to PFL. And y'all know it's
Linderbaum.
No, it is Meg the Simpson. I mean, John
Meg
Simpson.
Stallion.
He is 70.3. Kevin Zeitler 67.4. Ben Cleveland only played 2 snaps, but 66. And I think Ben Cleveland was the reason we got the punt block too. I mean the field goal. I think.
Yes.
Makari 54 snaps, 62. Let's see where else. Ronnie Stanley 44 snaps, 58. Falele 10 snaps, 55. And Linderbaum was a 45.
Wow.
Damn.
Linderbaum is the lowest graded offensive player on this paper.
I don't believe that though.
Yeah, I don't either.
What he did have a mistake. Was it a penalty? Yeah, penalty. Yeah.
His pass blocking grade is a 26.
Damn. Were they killing us up the middle?
I don't remember that.
I would have to go back and look. But his pass blocking grade is a 26. It's like the only person that's close is worse than him is
Falele.
No. Try again.
What about Makari 2 Knees Jr.?
Simpson.
It's Ricard.
Ricard.
Y'all pass blocking extraordinaire.
Ricard's a 10.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's about right.
Ricard's a 10.
Oh my god.
Falele's a 38.
Yo, that I think Lamar ended up throwing a touchdown or whatever it was, but yo, he let, and I think it was his first play in. I think it was Falele's first play in after Stanley got hurt, and yo, he literally like Miles had went around him, and then he literally looked like, oh shit. Like I'm like, yo, that's how you get that man killed, man.
Right.
Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Wait, go ahead. I gotta find it. Because I talked about it in the video Was it today? But I know Cole put it on Twitter. And while y'all still talking about the O-line, I'm gonna find it. Go ahead, y'all two, Hendo and Jose, y'all go ahead. I gotta find it.
Man, listen,
Terrible.
look,
They were terrible, man.
the whole O line was awful. Like I know everybody like to focus on Ryan Stanley. Shout out to Jared Green. Everybody like to focus on Ryan Stanley. You saw exactly what happened when Ryan Stanley went out that game. All right, this is exactly why we can't get rid of Ryan Stanley, because I don't trust EDC to draft a replacement for him. Damn sure don't trust him. And left tackles don't become available in free agency like that, man. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money, or you have to trade up to get one.
Yeah, you gotta pay.
It's gonna be hard, So we have to draft and pray that we get lucky. But thinking that we're gonna just be able to replace them next week, or next year, I mean, I don't see it.
So look at this dude right here. I see my mouse. Watch Simpson. Watch Simpson.
Okay.
Y'all just watch Simpson. Everybody watch Simpson. Everybody lock in on Simpson.
Okay.
All right. So obviously his guy leaves him.
Right.
So he should try to find work. Maybe he should help Linderbaum since that guy left, or turn around and see what's going on with Stanley.
Right.
All right. He helps Linderbaum for a second. I know what he doing.
He looking at his quarterback.
Now what he doing?
He running to the ball.
Now what is he doing? Why is he facing this way?
He's running to the ball to give him a hug.
They'll come right down.
They gonna hit him. Is he tackling the ball?
About to tackle Lamar. Yo.
What is he doing? What is this dude doing?
Coach.
Why is your back to the defense?
Do you remember? Was
that's
not the same guy? Was it? Remember when I was asking? I was like, who was that guy that had his back to the defense?
I think it was Jose.
It was it Simpson?
I think it was.
I thought it was the op.
This is a while ago. I said.
I remember Jose talking to me about it, but I forgot to go look it up.
I was like, I know that's not what I thought I saw. I know I didn't see our lineman turn his back to the defense and look at a quarterback and not protect him. It wasn't like there was anybody to go and find. He just turned around.
Yeah, everybody working.
When they watch this,
everybody working. What is this dude doing? He's standing looking at the ball.
He in the stands too, like he about to hit him.
Right.
And then he still hit it, and he got in the way.
He hit Lamar.
That dude from coming. Who's number 6? Is that JOK?
Yes.
Coming right down on him. He should have blew him up.
Oh my.
Coach, I know you already broke the film down, but when you get a chance, just please go look at that Makari's first snap. I mean, not Makari, Falele, yo. I just need to know if I saw what I thought I saw.
I got to figure out when he came in again. He came in for Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
So I got to figure out when Ronnie got hurt.
Ran at Lamar. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He tackled. He didn't tackle him.
It's not only standing here doing this. So now my decision is, okay, let me go back here by the quarterback.
If he blew up JOK, Lamar had all kinds of room to run or to complete the pass.
Right.
Why? Bro, why are you coming back this way?
Lamar had
comical, man.
Lamar had what's the name right there too? Is that Andrews?
Right,
wide open. Listen, Coach. You should.
Blackwood says Lamar should have hit Mark on that play. How?
Simpson was hitting him.
His lineman blocked him.
Gonna sack it.
Yeah, his lineman almost batted the ball down for him.
Listen, Coach. Why you show that play? Why did you show that play, Coach?
Yeah, that's funny.
I honestly was about to be on my OTR mic and say some positive stuff about this line.
Chaos is right. That does look like a Matic glitch.
I never seen nothing like that.
That is listen, and
that's a long time to have your back turned the wrong way.
Yeah,
and then you run at the quarterback. Like this just proves that the stuff the EDC doing just ain't working. Now, I was going to say, yes, the offensive line has just not been what most people thought it was. I thought they were garbage coming in, but shame on the Ravens for having me out here rooting for Morgan Moses to come back.
Oh, we need Morgan.
Oh,
We need Morgan more than we know.
You're right, and that's what I'm saying. We need Morgan Moses back, but that's like saying I'm the smartest person in the DEC class.
Listen, there's no question. This is what we need to focus on in the offseason. Focus on O-line. It's not easy getting 5 good O-line, but you can get a good unit as a whole. But you got to get some players that know not to turn your back to the defense.
Hey, check this out. Jared donated 3. He said the O-line played like earring back crust.
In all Cleveland, there was this. Flicked it right off.
And then Marco said Ravens big man went to bed hungry because the Browns O-line and D-line took their lunch money and left them with crumbs.
Well,
appreciate y'all. Hey, this is I just can't stop laughing at this, man. This is funny, man. This is funny.
This is who your boy chose.
Well, look, he'll be back. I just want y'all to know he'll be back. All right, he's going to sign. He's going to get the Makari extension.
Who? Simpson?
Simpson.
Yep.
Probably. He's probably right.
Oh, he's going to get that 3-year, $12 to $15 million.
$7 million.
They're going to say, well, it's his first year in the system.
Is everybody first year in the system?
That's always going to be. There's always an excuse, Coach. You guys don't notice that there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse. It's always, well, he just needs more time. Don't have time.
Now, did you guys see? I forgot who put it out, but how much money the Ravens can save if they cut Ronnie this year?
11 mil,
after
8
this
mil,
year?
11, 8
20.
Yeah,
20.
Yes.
That's great. Who did they say who they can get to replace Ronnie?
Of course not. But
they did. The person that's going to replace him when he's always injured.
Then you might want to hold on to that 20.
They got
my thing is if you ain't got I don't want no rookie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I won't prove it.
Coach, even if we draft one in the first round, I do not trust EDC. EDC has drafted a lot of linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones worked out?
Only one.
Right.
I
don't trust
Linderbaum. Oh, yeah.
If we get a tackle in the first round, Chris has said that there's a few good tackles in this draft class. It's possible that we can get one in the first round. If we manage to get one, cool. We still need to keep Ronnie Stanley, right? That tackle needs to play right tackle. And if he can show that he's versatile enough or good enough early on to play left tackle, all right, then we can move him over to left. And we still got to draft another tackle because if we're talking about getting rid of Ronnie Stanley, then we need somebody to man the right because we don't want to keep, leaning on Morgan Moses. Right. This is a process, and getting rid of Ronnie Stanley. You guys keep saying get rid of Ronnie Stanley, but as soon as Falele comes in, you're pulling your hair out.
Right.
That's the option. That's who we have.
Jose, I don't know if any of y'all was in the stream, but even though we were winning, when I saw Stanley go down, my whole demeanor changed. People were like, "What's wrong?" I like, Falele got to play. And even though we scored on the next 2 plays or whatever, I was like, Falele got to play.
Yep.
And what I thought was happening, it was happening.
Coach, this is the whole Ben Cleveland argument, right? From before, right? Like, it's okay. You can say this person is trash, but somebody has to play, and the person behind him isn't good. Right? This is Ronnie Stanley. You can say Ronnie Stanley is looking good, but you know what Falele is. All right, he's a lot worse. So if you're saying get rid of Ronnie Stanley, it can't just be grab whoever. No, not with this team. This team, we haven't shown the ability to develop guys and just plug and play over here. We have to get guys that we know can play.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And until I don't trust the scouting department to draft a guy. We hit on Linderbaum. We did that. Yeah. We did.
That was kind of no brainer though.
But right, he was by far the best center. The only issue was people talking about his size and his arms. But he is, And I will say this with Linderbaum: the only issue he has, and that might be part of the reason why his grade was low, is guys that they have zero techniques and they just like strong maulers like DJ Reader. Mm-hmm. He had issues with those guys.
Yeah. But look, AD Banks, you said we acting like Falele didn't go up against the number 1 ranked defense. He did. But he's also played against the number 28th and 20th ranked defense and looked the exact same. What's the difference?
And
Yeah.
honestly, even though he was bad yesterday, he looked worse versus the other guys.
Yeah, I mean,
He was bad yesterday, but he looked worse versus the other guys.
Miles felt bad for him.
I mean, and I hear that, but like that. Okay, like that's no excuse. Like you got to be ready to play. Like, I mean, like
You can't let the guy run around you untouched.
are we supposed to like say, "Gosh darn it," we'll give you this one because you played against the top defense.
Right.
Like he also goes up against the top 2 defense every week in practice. So
Yep.
Thanks.
he needs to be prepared to play, right? Especially if you're protecting, the Ferrari that we had.
Yep.
So we can't have those moments and say, "Oh man, he played against the top defense. We got to give him a pass," because if Lamar didn't get that pass off, I believe they scored on that play. But if that didn't happen, then you quite possibly could have got him injured. So we just can't. I hear what you're saying, but we can't have those.
Which brings me to
Give
another
it to
point,
him
Mike.
games.
I thought about. You obviously don't have both your tackles now. And at the time both your tackles are out, you're still winning the game.
Yeah.
Why is our passing game still down the field and not either run the ball and quick passing? Why are we still trying to throw 12, 15 long ending routes? Why don't our strategy change to the quick passing game like a team that started the game with backup tackles did?
Yeah.
Because one team knows how to make adjustments, the other one doesn't.
I think what I think Monken gets caught up in sometimes. Like I
way.
think he wants to stick it to these teams,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he wants to show that his offense can work and be consistent, and I mean, which he's shown it can work. But I think he gets in over his head sometimes, especially we know what the Browns did to him. Like,
Yep.
he wants to stick it to him.
I did forget about that factor.
So it came off like that yesterday because I mean, even down the stretch, like to try to run the clock out, man, we wasn't even doing that. We wasn't even trying to. Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling. All right, that's enough of those guys up there that protect the Ferrari, as Mike say, and we'll go to wide receivers and tight ends. Zay Flowers, 47 snaps, 79. Charlie Kolar, 7 snaps, 75. Mark Andrews, 39 snaps, 71. Odell, 18 snaps, 70.
Right.
That's crazy. Isaiah Likely, 4 snaps, 60. Rashad Bateman, 40 snaps. Did Rashad Bateman have a catch?
Yeah.
Okay. 59. Duvernay, 4 snaps, 57. Aguilar, 23 snaps, 52. And speaking of Aguilar, did y'all hear Cannon on the call-in show?
Yeah, I did.
Cannon was spitting high five, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Cannon was spitting high five. He couldn't have been no more than about 12, 13.
Everybody hating on Aguilar, man. Even the kids.
He
don't know Aguilar saves kids.
Right.
But that was a good call. That was good. If you ain't seen it, go back and check it out. Lee Cannon was spitting high five. But yeah, that's all of them. Aguilar's the last one. He had a 52.4.
And he out-snapped OBJ.
He did.
What we doing, man?
He did.
We don't know what we're doing. This is the problem. I think this is the issue that we have. We don't have an identity as a football team offensively. Are we a running team? Are we a passing team? Like, what is our identity? I don't know.
Hold on. We got to follow directions. That's a $10 donation. 1, 2, 3. Adjustments.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to follow directions when it come up to a different color.
Okay.
My man Pete Brownie, that we called him Brownie.
Pete Brownie, baby.
Right.
So on the other side, Njoku was making clutch plays for his team. Where was our our elite tight end at
Who?
That's why wasn't Mark Andrews making those type of plays for us? This is my criticism of Mark Andrews. Obviously, he's a good tight end,
Right.
but I don't call him elite because of that. Because when we need to make those plays, we can't lean on him.
And I bagged off the eliteness. I used to be one of the ones that said he was elite.
Yeah.
He did have that one great year.
I don't get it. Last week, one of those publications put out an article explaining why Mark Andrews was twice as good as Travis Kelce.
What publication?
It was either Baltimore Beatdown, Ebony Bird, one of them Ravens things, and he put out Kyle Barber, one of them, put out something that said Travis Kelce is worse than Mark Andrews, and I'll tell you why.
He said, "But first, click here."
Right.
and pay too.
Yeah. No one's closer. No one's closer to Travis Kelce.
So nobody really knows the answer because I'm sure nobody clicked that bull. And like I said, I think I said it yesterday. Like, because we all know Mark and Travis Kelce is allowed to freestyle to a certain extent in their offense. Mm-hmm. The difference is when Kelce freestyles, he is wide open. When Mark freestyles, he is around everybody else.
Yeah,
around everybody else. Appreciate that. Subscribe.
And when Kelce get that ball in his hands and he got some space to move, you in trouble.
Right. Exactly. So, I was trying to see if I saw his targets on here, but they not on this thing. I'll look at something else in a minute. But he had 2 catches? He didn't have a lot of targets. So I mean, was he open? I don't know. But like I said, he didn't have a lot of attempts.
He had the one target, but John Simpson batted the ball down.
John Simpson got a pass breakup.
Yes, he got it.
So here it is.
He a quarterback
he
hit.
4 targets.
He got a pressure and a hit. Quarterback hit.
John Simpson got a pressure, a hurry, a quarterback hit, pass defended on his own team. I did know that. Hot boy Rod. I knew he was an ex-quarterback, so he kind of know how to work them seams a lot better than folks too. I did know that. Yep.
And you're right, MDT Sports. Mark Andrews isn't Kittle either. Kittle's problem is staying healthy though.
Yeah, and if Kittle would stay healthy, and this might be a hot take, but if Kittle would stay healthy, Kittle would be number 1. Simply because of what he does in line. Travis don't do what Kittle do in line.
Yeah.
Kittle would get out.
It would definitely be a debate
blocking.
for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And because Kittle's not slow, Kittle can run routes.
All right.
But Kittle, he don't run as good a routes. He ain't as slick as Kelce. But as far as blocking, sure. Kelce can't hold his job. Pause.
But where do we put a healthy Darren Waller?
Well, I know he ain't been healthy in so long.
Right. That's the problem. Well, I used to put him above Mark Andrews, but you got to play the game.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, Darren Waller pretty much about to be known as Kelsey Plum's husband. That's what he's about to be known as.
Hey, she a champion.
Yeah, she is. That she is. 2-time. Back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike, you want to wrap us up with receivers?
I mean, I think they looked all right. I mean, I think Zay had a good game. I mean, it was good. It was good to see Odell score on that play. He looked like OBJ light a little bit there. You know what I'm saying? Not old LBJ, but OBJ, but a light version of him. But that was good to see. Yeah, Mark was quiet yesterday. Yeah, we still waiting on Bateman to get it going. But I didn't see any drop passes or anything like that. So, I guess they play solid.
Let me see if that's on here. Is drops on here? Nope, we don't have that on
here. And honestly, it's hard to be tough on the offense per se. Of course, they had their mistakes and things they could have worked on, but I mean, 31 points, right?
Yeah.
Then with a defense like Well, oh yeah, 24, true. But with a defense like we supposedly have, you know, that OBJ touchdown should have shut the door.
Should have.
So, you know, our offense, I mean, as a whole, you know, now play calling and how that went, you know, we could probably question that, but offensively, wide receivers, they were straight.
You think OBJ got a little bit of the Deshaun Jacksonitis? He ran 40 yards and was like, tap out. I gotta sit down for a minute.
I think he was fine, man. I think
Yeah,
they didn't use him.
That's terrible.
I think, especially after that touchdown, you could tell he wanted more. You know, and this offense, that's another thing. This offense doesn't allow for players to take over. Right.
True that. Now I've been a stickler for spreading the ball around, but and somebody mentioned it in one of the comments, but we don't feed the hot hand. And as much as I'm a stickler of letting people like I always say, nobody's gonna have 1,000 yards. But that don't mean there can't be a 200-yard game in there for somebody if they hot.
Right. That's how it should be. You know, I'm sure Odell's thinking to himself, "Oh, I'm in this guy's head. I'm gonna kill him all day. Let him eat." You know.
Yeah. Marco donated another 3. He said Harb said Keaton wasn't necessarily part of the game plan. How the hell is a guy went off the week before, not part of the game plan? And if he wasn't part of the game plan coming in, why wasn't there mid-game adjustments to give him the ball more?
Because your head coach don't know what mid-game adjustments means, or end-game adjustments for that matter.
Like me and Hendo was saying this before we came on. This. So just let's for the sake of argument, Todd Monken did kind of forget about Keaton Mitchell, and let's just say for the sake of argument, Harbaugh didn't. This is all it takes, and I'm telling you in real time, this is all it takes for Harbaugh to get Keaton Mitchell back in the game. So I got on headphones, so this is the little thing that flip down. Get Keaton the ball. Flip back up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That simple.
But Todd Monken came out in the press and said, "Hey, I got to make sure I get Keaton Mitchell involved in the game this week." He came out and said it. I got to get him more involved.
Yeah, he said he earned a bigger role. Like he said it. So
Harbaugh said it in the presser. Was it today? He said coaching staff. Now I love how he doesn't take accountability too, because it's not coaching staff, it's coach that doesn't trust. He said coaching staff doesn't trust the young player. He said that.
He did.
Right. He said we got we're working on that. Not we. That's you. That's always been you. The minute that man broke for that 32-yard touchdown run and then followed up with like another 30-yard catch, you should have been in the ear saying, yeah, get him the ball. Right? Especially at halftime. Hey, I'm looking at the snaps here. I didn't see Keaton get the ball. What's going on there? Right? And then you just walk away and they understand, hey, we gotta get Keaton the ball. Coach say, get Keaton the ball, right? So he's a high hand. Again, we taking the ball out of Odell's hands when he makes a big play. We taking the ball out of Keaton Mitchell's hands when he makes a big play, and doing what with it? And then coach got no answer for it.
Pass the record.
Stop making excuses for this man. Stop making excuses for Harbaugh. That's poor coaching.
And people can say it's the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. They still report to the head coach.
Yeah,
they still report to the head coach, and so anything that happens under his watch is ultimately on the head coach.
He put it on the coaching staff for not trusting him. No, I don't respect that. Nah, you tell them, get him out there. We need somebody that can break for a big run. We need somebody that can be a threat out there.
And let's be honest. How much trust you need when you up by 14 points?
Right.
Give him the ball and see if he can keep gashing him. See if we can run this clock out. See if we can put more points on the board.
Now, this sounds like some Harbaugh to say.
Yeah.
This is a Harbaugh statement right here.
We don't want to show all our plays this week.
That's a Harbaugh statement right there, Daniel. That's a Harbaugh statement.
Yeah.
But speaking of, since we moved to running backs, let's go ahead and talk about it. And since we were talking about Keaton Mitchell, guess who's the highest ranked player on offense?
Keaton Mitchell.
Say it together. Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell.
Only 13 snaps. Only 13 snaps. 3 carries, 1 catch. He was an 80.1. Justice Hill had 14 snaps. He was a 70.5. Where's Gus? Gus had 28 snaps. He was a 63.6. And Hard R had 32 snaps. He was a 48.6.
No.
And that's all of them.
Yeah. I'm looking at right here from Justice Zerbeck. Harbaugh said that Keaton Mitchell's lack of usage is a legitimate question. He said, looking back on it, Mitchell should have been more involved. Attributed it to coaching staff still learning to trust a young player and what he's healthy enough to do / handle. He looked pretty healthy to me.
Why would he even say healthy? That's some. Hold on. Do my stop the cap thing work? Let me turn. Hold on.
So my question is, didn't we just go through this in the playoff loss to the Bengals? In the playoff loss to the Bengals, didn't we go through this with JK? With the snap count and JK talking about give me the damn ball, and he was like, "Oh man,
sure did."
I didn't know
about that.
I didn't know JK didn't run the ball that little bit. We're gonna have to do something better next time. Let me we out the playoffs. What we gonna do now?
Sure did. You know what happened? Oh, this kid can be pretty good. We can't let him go off because we have to pay him a lot of money. We got to crap him. We got to cap him up.
Dumb shit we do.
We got to cap him up already. So, and well, you want to touch on running backs, Mike, or we go on to the Ferrari?
We can go to the Ferrari. Well, I mean, anybody got the stat line
for
the
what?
Running backs?
Yeah, I got it. I'll tell you, it's Lamar. Well, Keaton Mitchell, 3 carries, 34 yards. I only said Lamar because he was at the top of the rush and not trying to be funny. Keaton Mitchell, 3 carries, 34 yards, 11.3. Now, keep in mind, Mike, his touchdown was 39 yards. He finished with 34.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That bull crap reverse. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Why is okay? You're not coaching against Pee Wee Saturday morning coaches. You got Zay Flowers in the backfield, Keaton Mitchell at receiver. Every defensive player in Cleveland, from college to high school, antennas went up. Knew something was going to happen. And the thing that pissed me off was Zay is just as shifty as Keaton. Why not leave him in their same spot?
Right.
Just leave Zay at receiver, let Keaton run it, and then run the reverse with Zay. You ain't.
Yep.
Come on, bro. All right, I'm sorry, Mike. Gus was 11 carries, 24 yards, 2.2 per carry, which is BS. And then Justice Hill 2 for 7. And Lamar had 41.
This is also why we should have traded for a running back last week. We should have either gotten Josh Jacobs. I don't care about the 2nd round pick. Give up the 2nd round pick for Josh Jacobs, or go and do what you got to do to make that trade happen. If you believe the rumor, which I don't, but they vetoed the trade for Derrick Henry. All right, offer more to make that trade happen, because I'm not saying it. Your coach is saying it. They don't trust the guys on their team, right? If you believe the rumor, this organization doesn't believe the guys on the team. They tried to get Derrick Henry. They called about Josh Jacobs. So you got to do what you have to do to make it happen. You have to do something to get players on this team that can make a difference in crunch time. Can Keaton Mitchell do it? It sure looked like he did. He could in the times he got the ball. But this coaching staff doesn't want to give him the opportunity because he's young and they don't like young people, right? So get players on the team that they know can get the job done and they can trust to get the job done, so we won't have these issues on these type of games. Because I mean, we can time the games that we're going to have these meltdowns. It's the same thing every time.
You don't trust young players? Trade Keaton Mitchell for Aaron Jones then.
Yeah.
Green Bay went young. Trade Keaton Mitchell for Aaron Jones. Green Bay went young.
Stop hoarding picks then. Why you need 11 picks if you don't trust the young guys?
What's the young boy we had, young running back we had 2 years ago?
Tyson Williams?
Yeah, the one that went to Denver. Oh, my bad. Tyson, yeah.
Yeah. The one they buried under the doghouse.
Yeah, right. He was the foundation of the doghouse.
Man.
But Lamar's stat line. What?
Yo, Suge is so ignorant.
What Suge say?
Somebody asked me to ask you, what did you eat for lunch today?
Hey, Suge.
Hey, Suge.
How you doing? How you doing? The one of the greatest Ravens fans out there. Suge Knight. 3-2.
Represent.
Salute.
Ignorant.
You silly, man. You silly.
What
Lamar
was that? Pete Brownie that had a super chat?
Oh, yeah,
That
that was
was
P. Brown. That was P. Brown, yeah.
Salute.
But you see, got me saying P. Brown again.
It's
Yeah,
P. Brown.
P. Brown the third.
Yeah, you said P. Brown again. Lamar was 13 for 23, 223 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 67.8 passer rating. And then his PFF grade was 59.3. 59.3. So that's, from what I've seen, and I ain't dissected it like hard. I only picked the plays that I needed for the video. Even though he's had this great month, this was probably his worst game.
Absolutely.
Decision making and throwing the ball. Decision making, he took some shots that I felt like he shouldn't have. The interception was a horrible throw. I think he had more bad decisions than he had more actual bad physical plays, if that makes sense. His decision making was worse than his actual physical play. I felt like when we were in some third down situations, he went for the gusto. I feel like they was greedy when they should have just been trying to get first downs. Long story short. We got greedy and we should have been trying to get first downs and extend plays, control the clock.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with that. He started the game like that. He started the game where he was, comfortable Lamar picking his, the right throws and taking what the defense gave him. But you're right. As the game went on, he started to, I think it was 3rd and 4 and they went deep. I mean, and honestly, the one he missed, I think that's the one he missed Zayon. But then I gave him that. I thought about what you said, Coach. Like, some of those shots we got to take, right? We got to take keep the defense honest. But he just, he seemed a little more antsy going in the second half than he has been this year. Usually he seemed comfortable in there. And look, you give him a little bit of time, he picking you apart. But yeah, this was probably it's not probably. This was his worst game. Definitely during this stretch that he's had. But even with the rough game, like it's not like it's still all right to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course we need him to be the best he could be, but it's not. They aren't horrible games. I'll say that. Like when he's playing bad, he still puts you in a place to win. So, but yeah, we gotta criticize. Yeah, he could have played. He could have played. The interception was terrible. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how he short armed that. I mean, as soon as he threw it, he pointed to himself. So and then the pick six, that it's just unfortunate, man. Those are things that just it can't happen.
Hit off a dude head. I mean,
yeah, but it's football, so those type of things happen, man, and it swung the game the other way. But 8 gonna be 8, and I think he'll bounce back this week. It's prime time, Thursday night.
That all black,
and they're at home.
Yep.
So I think he'll be primed and ready this week.
Definitely his worst game this season. And to Mike's point, listen, even with all that went wrong going up against the number 1 defense in the league, he threw for 223 yards, which is one of his better games this year, yardage wise. It's just completion percentage was down a little bit. But I will say deep balls, a lot of quarterbacks miss them. I'm not going to say it's most concerning to me. I would love for him to hit him. I think what's most concerning to me, and I think you point this out a lot, Coach, in your streams, is when Lamar's back there in the pocket, and a lot of times when he takes the hits and the sacks, it's guys open underneath, and he's always going for that deep ball or that home run hit. And I think if he would take some of those underneath routes, dump it off to the back and the flat or something like that, I think Lamar would be a little bit better off because you don't have to go for the home run play. Also, I think that is partly on the offensive coordinator because as we discussed earlier, you're putting in these long developing plays. And the one thing that helps a depleted or a bad offensive line is the quick game.
Yep.
Screens. You saw what, and I hate to say this, and I'm not being funny, but you saw Florida State has 10 different screens.
10
plays that they run. At least.
10.
At least. So when you get pressure, especially from the number one defense, you got Myles Garrett going up against the backup tackles. You play the quick game. You don't have long development routes having to wait for 3 wide receivers and the tight end to get at least 12 yards down the field. So I put a lot of this on Lamar. He could have played a better game. It wasn't that bad. We still should have won the game, but I do think he needs to start taking some of this underneath stuff and stop trying to go for the big play.
And with what they did defensively, Zay Flowers should have had 12 attempts. They were playing man for most of the game. They didn't have a soul that could run with Zay, especially once Denzel Ward went out. They didn't have a soul that could guard Zay. Zay could have ran whip routes, overs, underneath. If anything quick to get Zay the ball, they couldn't do nothing with that young fella because with his quickness. He should have had 12 targets. Not saying he would have had 12 catches, but he could have had 12 targets. The ball could have got out of Lamar's hands quick. The O-line wouldn't have had to, block for 3+ seconds, and it could have been a different story. But that's all about adjustments.
Because I mean, look, that goes to exactly what you're just saying, right? Like when we're talking about how the things he needs to work on, the deep passes. Hendo, you touched on it. I mean, I think a good average for deep pass completions is like 40%, right? Like you're gonna miss most of those completions, and we just don't get enough attempts passing the ball here, right? I just looked it up. Lamar's ranked 22nd in pass attempts, right? Josh Dobbs has more pass attempts than him.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I mean, like, we don't pass the ball enough. So when he misses those passes, I mean, like,
I'm back to my same argument from last year. Then
we don't get the opportunities. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Josh Dobbs, it says 330 pass attempts. He's actually up there in pass attempts. I'm surprised by that.
Well, they've been down a lot too.
Yeah.
Teams been down a lot too.
And Arizona had no run game. So.
Lamar 276 pass attempts. He's got less than Bryce Young.
That's great.
But yeah, they've been down too. So
So, but I mean, but this is a common thing.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's a common thing with these offenses. We don't pass the ball that often. He's not going to connect on those deeper plays because we're not in any kind of rhythm. So he should. I mean, he's got to take the underneath stuff more because those are higher percentages. Those are the plays that we're more comfortable with. Taking those deep shots when we don't really practice that much, or we don't have that many reps doing it. We're not going to hit on them as much.
True. Hendo, what you remember that song?
It was "Treat Me Right."
Yeah, it's a remix though.
Oh,
the treat me right.
Treat me right.
1990
right.
Chubb Rock jumps up on the scene with the dream and a hardcore.
Uncle Lean.
Yeah. Throwback. Old heads. Old heads. Man, I got to see Dougie Fresh. Got to see Dougie Fresh this weekend. And
Did you?
Light.
MC Light.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be T-Pain, but it was a lot of drama went on with that. If you want to know, go look at T-Pain's Instagram. If you want to know what all went on with that, go look at T-Pain's Instagram. But he was not there. But I did get to see MC Light and Dougie Fresh, and that was cool.
T-Pain don't belong out there with Dougie Fresh and MC Light anyway. He's not old school enough.
Thanks.
But it was in Tallahassee, and it was a hip hop celebration.
Yeah.
So maybe Dougie Fresh and MC Light shouldn't have been here. Huh?
Wait, T-Pain's from Tallahassee?
That's what T stand for.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I never knew that.
T stand for Tallahassee.
Oh,
I thought it stood for tune.
No, I thought wasn't he called something else before? I thought that's what that stood for.
Not to my knowledge.
Nah, but his real name is what trips you out. It's like, what is T-Pain's real name? Well, you see his real name, that's when you like, what the hell?
No, nah. This is not true.
Come on, bro.
That's not true. That is not true. That he is not a game manager.
Oh,
he
never
is
mind.
He is generally the only reason we win games.
he is not right. He's not a game
I mean,
manager.
you don't need to bring up those troll comments. Like that's all he's here for.
Lamar's basically.
Listen. There, you know the dog whistles. He's a game manager. He's a running back. This and that. Like we know those dog whistles. Like we ain't gotta acknowledge that.
Gotcha.
That's true, but I want to know what is Josh Allen, because he's stinking up the place this year. I don't hear people talking about him. 2 more interceptions today.
Oh my god.
Let's do this, and I don't know if y'all did your homework or not. Talk about, since it's mid-season over with, I just want to make sure I get the list right that I send you. All right, we'll start here. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Who's your pick? And chat box, y'all do this too. Put it in the chat box. Who's your defensive Rookie of the Year for the entire NFL? Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Jalen Carter.
Hendo got Jalen Carter.
Give me Witherspoon.
For Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay. He's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jalen Carter for me.
I had Jalen Carter also. I had Jalen Carter as well. So, okay, defensive rookie of the year. I got Jalen Carter. Hendo got Jalen Carter. Mike got Witherspoon. Jose, you got Jalen Carter also. That's right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Now, next one. Offensive rookie of the year.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud might be the league MVP.
Might be.
Stroud balling.
Yeah, I think across the board, CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that kid doing is certified nuts, like crazy, and he doing it with a young team.
Yeah.
Next, defensive player of the year in the NFL right now.
We just played him.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
What about TJ Watt? How's he looking? Is he hurt?
No, he's doing.
He's not hurt. He's not hurt.
But Myles Garrett out here blocking field goals, and
it might be Myles Garrett.
He doing everything.
Yeah, I think it's Myles. Myles or who agent he threw up there?
Daniil
Hunter.
Yeah.
But I think Myles though. I think Myles is. Honestly, I'm happy that we only gave up a sack and a half to him.
And
so
I think
what our O-line was throwing out there, he could have easily got 5.
Big true.
And I think he is whatever the company he was in. It was like Reggie White and all of them. But like to have at least 10 sacks in his first 7 seasons or something like that.
Elite.
Man, no votes for Geno Stone. Jeez.
That's right, Shug.
Geno hitting the Pro Bowl. He hitting the Pro Bowl this year.
All pro.
Orlando.
First of all, Geno about to get that college. He about to get some money. He good.
Yeah.
No, the stats say 1.5 MDT. Stats say 1.5. I'm looking at it right now.
What does he have? 11.5 sacks?
Total? I'm not sure. But I know he got double digits.
Well, no, MDT in the game, he got 2.5 sacks, but they only credited him with 1.5.
1.5, right. He probably would have got more than that. I can tell you real quick. Maybe I can't tell you. I thought I could. That button didn't work.
The first one was a half sack, yeah.
Offensive player of the year in the NFL.
Tyreek Hill.
I say Tua.
I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill because Tua's the one that's been messing up in these games against 500 clubs. Like he hasn't looked good, and Tyreek is making him look better than what he really is, even though it is a quarterback-driven league. But I say Tyreek.
I'm torn between Tyreek and AJ Brown, but
that is true.
I think what they're both doing is
amazing.
Look, that's what I want, man. Like you got certain guys, Hill, Brown, and even Devontae Adams. Like, yo, no matter what, and you throw the ball that way, they're gonna make a play, and you can count on them to make a play.
I want to take my pick back. I do. I want to give me Tua. Give me Tua back. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Okay. Go get it.
Throw it back.
I my offensive player of the year is CD Lamb right now.
CD Lamb. He's killing it.
CD Lamb.
Christian
I had to think about
McCaffrey
it
he's another good one too.
Christian McCaffrey is a good one. Christian McCaffrey is a good one.
So we all went wide receiver.
I got CD. Who you had, Hendo?
Reek.
You had Reek. Who you had, Mike?
I had AJ Brown and Tariq.
Who you had, Jose?
I got
AJ Brown
Tyreek.
not bad either. AJ Brown had a streak of 125 for 506 games. It just got broke his last game. Who you had, Jose?
I got Tyreek.
Okay, cool. And then for MVP, who y'all got?
It was different before yesterday.
But my MVP as of right now is Tyreek.
Yeah, so I would have an MVP, but wide receivers just don't get him.
No.
I know.
He would have to he would have to break the record to have a chance.
Yep.
That's why I didn't pick him there. Look, I'm going Pat Mahomes, man.
Okay.
I'm going 8.
Are you saying that because of like for real value or because of numbers? Because we know if he was on that team, they wouldn't be what they were. Like it's almost like a LeBron thing. If LeBron wasn't on the teams, he'd be on.
I think everything, man. Like he just has a different standard, right? Like we don't talk about him because we're used to seeing him throw for 300-400 yards and a few touchdowns, and like we're used to him being at the top. So if he doesn't do anything like spectacular, it's just like, oh well, he's falling off a little bit. No, he ain't falling off. He's still the man.
But they winning differently now though.
Mm-hmm.
They are, but he still has the numbers. He's still up there. He's let's see. Let's see.
It's not as
Yards.
good. Oh,
Yo,
They almost a defensive team now. Almost.
they really are.
Because he ain't got anybody to throw to. He got us supposed to throw to.
He's
Us five to throw
he's
to.
fifth in passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's on 2.
Oh, what just happened?
Oh, it looks like he's tied for fourth in touchdowns. And it's close at the top. Tua has 19. Josh Allen has 18. Kirk Cousins, well, he's done. Herbert, Howell, and Mahomes and Dak all have 17 touchdowns.
Touchdown.
Russ got 16. We ain't talking about Russ here. 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Hey, Russ been playing good. They defense been playing bad.
Oh, okay.
Y'all didn't just see that play by Josh Allen, did y'all?
My TV not even.
No, what happened?
So he was handing the ball off to James Cook, and he literally just did like this and dropped it. Like he didn't even put it in his chest. He just dropped it in the middle of the field. That's 3 turnovers this game.
All right, Chris. This is what we at. We're doing our. So I'll give you the whole list. So we about finished with that list. Your your defensive rookie of the year so far. Not the Ravens, but just NFL period.
Oh, NFL. Defensive rookie of the year. I don't know if he's hurt now. I think he was hurt for a little bit, but Brian Branch was balling for a little bit.
For the Lions, yeah.
Yeah.
We picked who did we pick? We all picked Carter.
Jalen Carter.
I picked Witherspoon.
He picked Witherspoon.
And Mike picked
Witherspoon. That's a good one too. Yeah, those are good ones. Those are better than mine.
And for an offensive rookie of the year, who you got?
Offensive. Oh, it's CJ Stroud.
Yeah, we all picked CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. I'm not gonna be done with that one.
Defensive player of the year in the NFL.
Defensive player of the year. I'll go with Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Kind of who we went with. And offensive player of the year. This is where this is where we all went different directions.
Offensive player of the year. I say Christian McCaffrey.
Good one. I don't think none of us picked. We talked about CMC. I don't think none of us picked him.
Yeah.
And then MVP.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe Mahomes.
That's what I picked.
That's who Jose
Maybe
picked.
Mahomes.
I picked Mahomes.
None of y'all pick McCorkle Jones.
Yeah, he got benched
For the 3rd time this year.
Again.
Yeah,
he got benched completely.
Listen.
I need to figure out who's been benched more in the season.
Got to be him.
Like he might set a record. He's been benched a lot.
But they keep throwing him back out there to start.
Yeah.
McCorkle.
They should have just kept old boy and let him
Zappy,
run
Bailey
around and see
Zappy.
if he can make plays.
Bailey Zappy. Yeah, he's
No,
a better
that's
quarterback.
Zappy.
Cunningham.
Cunningham, yeah.
Oh, Cunningham. Yeah, didn't they sign him to like a 3-year deal, then just cut him?
And then they brought him back. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, what do you got to lose? Let the
Right.
boy play.
His job.
That's gone. He
Yeah,
gone.
that's gone.
He out of there.
Again, Mac Jones was a product of the system. Anytime you run out there and you got
Alabama.
you got what's them receivers? They
Rudd.
Waddle.
Waddle.
They had Ruggs.
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 What's the boy in Denver?
Judy.
Judy.
Jerry Judy.
And Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Sheesh.
He can just throw it. Like Joe Burrow say. Somebody down there somewhere. All he do is just throw it. And he had backs. And he had probably the best O-line. He was just what somebody said Lamar was a minute ago. That's what Mac McCorkle was. And he got picked in the first round like a dummy.
A game manager.
Manager.
He ain't even managing games no more.
He's supervising.
he a mannequin behind the center.
He's the game lead.
Right.
He a game supervisor.
Chris, let's hear your thoughts about offense and defense, because we done been through everything. What's your take on offense and defense? What you saw yesterday?
So who I got in my crosshairs this week is the defense.
Okay.
Because I feel like the defense, they got their lunch money taken by undermanned Cleveland offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw them smacking these pass rushers around. You saw a wide receiver decleat an outside linebacker. Was a penalty. Should have been a penalty.
Right.
Should have been a penalty. Yeah. But the point still stands is that they came out there ready to play AFC football. And it looks like once the Ravens got up big, they just pulled it back. And they didn't have that same AFC North mentality. But the Cleveland Browns kept it throughout the whole game. And I know me and Hendo spoke about it while the game was going on. The run game is what got them kept them in that game.
Yep.
And the D-line, they just didn't bring it. And this is, we saw this in the Arizona game where, the D-line was getting pushed around. And, the hell DeMarcado was able to run all over them. And,
I don't think that cat got a job right now.
And that cannot happen, man. You can't have somebody come, especially an AFC, divisional opponent, and come into your house and out physical you. Like that's inexcusable. Inexcusable. So that's the main gripe that I have with the defense. Was mainly up front. And I mean, not to say that the back end was perfect, because it seemed like every time they were in third and long situations, they were just able to convert, or second and long situations, they were able to get at least 15 yards. True. So they weren't, it's not like they were balling out either. So it was just a very, very disappointing performance from them. And then the offense, man, I don't know what the hell Lamar was doing on that throw. That one to Bateman, like that's got to be one of the worst throws I've ever seen him make. And right after he threw, if you watch the game, he pointed at himself. He knew it. Like he was just like, "The hell was that?" Like, and he was pointing at himself, like saying, "My bad." Like that's on me.
And that ball wasn't even close.
No, not at all. It's like, I don't know what happened there with Lamar. That was just one of the most uncharacteristic throws I ever seen him make.
But again, that was right after he got banged on the sideline.
Yeah.
The same dude that got the interception was the same dude that had just banged him on the sideline, Pauls. The same dude. So
is that the one where he stepped out of bounds?
Barely. I thought it was a legal hit. Lamar don't run out of bounds like most normal quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And dude hit him pretty good. So I thought it was legal. I didn't think it should have been a flag, and they didn't throw a flag, but so I thought it was the right call. Then the very next play was the interception.
Okay. Damn. Yeah. So, the offense, it was just all discombobulated. I know you guys talked about the damn Keaton Mitchell stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah, 3
Like,
carries, man.
That's like
3.
what are you watching out there? Like, how do you see this dude get the ball and make that magic happen, and then you just like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. He wasn't in the plans for the second half.
Like, I don't.
His
get
health.
that.
His health was the reason. It was just like, we don't trust him because he's not healthy.
Yeah. He says Harbaugh. This is from Jeff Rabik. Harbaugh said that Keaton Mitchell's lack of usage is a legitimate question. He said, looking back on it, Mitchell should have been more involved. Attributed it to coaching staff still learning to trust a young player and what he's healthy enough to do / handle.
Look, I get it if you don't want to have him in on some third down plays where he's gonna have to pass protect and stuff like that. But I mean, 3, that's not pass protection worries.
No.
That can't happen. Like, you got to give him touches. You got to use him in the passing game. Like, that 3 touches after what he did. Like, no, that can't happen.
You know what that is, Chris? What Harbaugh talking about? Bullshit.
I like my guys. That's
Right.
Hey, you know what? Justice Hill proved himself to me through special teams, so I got to make sure I got to be loyal and give him his touches. Gus Edwards has been grinding for me all these years. I got to be loyal and give him his touches. Keaton Mitchell, he's a new guy. He hasn't earned it yet.
Right.
That's what that is.
I don't know. I don't know how you score touchdowns and break off long runs and you ain't earn it. Like, that's crazy to me. But
Yeah.
I do want to talk about a little bit of a bright spot. Odell and Bateman. Like, I think they're playing well. I unfortunately, Bateman's not getting those deep looks, but he's getting open. And Odell, we saw what he did. He turned back the clock yesterday, and he took that thing to the crib. That's how I was looking yesterday.
A-shit game.
Like, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No,
Yep.
just highlighting those two. I mean, obviously, Zay is Zay. But it was those two dudes who I know we were worried about. They had their injuries and they came back, kind of didn't really look right. But I think now they're starting to look a little bit more like themselves. So that's a positive thing, especially going into these winter months. That's when you want them to be their best. So hopefully it keeps improving.
All right. Anybody else got some closing remarks, some closing parting marks about what's going on?
Big game this week.
Shout out to Money Making Mitch.
Money Making Mitch. Let me see what Money Making Mitch said. Oh, you can't hear it, but I can hear it. He says, I thought they hit Lamar. The hit on Lamar was legal too, but my problem is if that was Burrow or any other white QB, they would have thrown the flag every time they had it. Same thing happened to Cam Newton.
Hard to argue that.
You know what was difficult about that call? Like, I've seen them make that call because they call it, or they say the quarterback was giving himself up, right? He was headed that way, right? But then it also looked like, Lamar, he stepped out. He had one foot out, but I mean, it also looks like Lamar kind of lowered his shoulder too in the dude a little bit. Like, he kind of invited the contact. Now, that could have been him protecting himself or knowing something was coming, but I agree with Mitch. They call it inconsistently for sure, especially when them guys were running quarterbacks.
But and again, he got to protect himself too.
Oh yeah,
he can easily. That last step should have been more to the right out of bounds instead of more at an angle. If that last step is more I got what I can got. Let me step right. That dude don't hit him. But that step had more forward. Yeah, I guess I'm explaining it. He ain't just okay. I got what I can get him. Let me just step out of bounds. He was still his momentum still going forward, and it's hard for that dude to because one foot was in and one foot was out.
Yeah,
but he still to me he just got to protect himself because he still don't slide like I feel like he should.
He tried to slide, coach, and it was ugly.
Shout out to
Anonymous dropped off. Really loving the 5-person panel. All right, Brodney, cut it out.
Yeah.
Really love. All right, Brodney, you ain't slick. Trying to be anonymous. Trying to be anonymous.
Rodney put in his resignation.
Brodney trying to be slick. Talking about he really loving the 5-person panel. You ain't slick, cuz. You ain't slick. But man, it is what it is. We got the good thing is we ain't got to sit on this long. We and they get a chance to go back out there and get this taste out the mouth. So we got all black Thursday. Today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest, and then Thursday back at it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with the news about Rodney and Marlo too, because those could have been catastrophic injuries.
We did talk about that, and me and Jose don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Oh, you think it's some malarkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's Harbaugh-larky.
Yeah. Yeah. It's John Harbaugh. He always lies.
Either way, even if it's minor, I don't want to see them till after the bye. I don't care if it's day to day. I don't care if it's hour to hour, minute to minute. I want them to be shut down. If they could practice, let them practice. But I don't want to see them in a game till after the bye.
So this is week 11, right? So we got the Bengals this week. Who we got next week?
Los Angeles Chargers.
And then the bye.
In the bye, yeah.
Okay. So we got a 10-day break, a game, then the bye. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's okay. I can do with that. I can rock with that.
Yeah, right. you're gonna need them for that push.
That stretch run, yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And like you said, Coach, you brought up a good point with KD. Those strains, we saw it happen to Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman had a strain before his pop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it rest it up because 3 weeks is better than 8 months.
Yes,
right. Definitely.
Ooh, rest cooking.
Any parting shots? If you don't have any parting shots, Hendo, you can start our outro.
Any parting shots? That's not all right. You can find me on the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I do a live show every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. or after the Ravens games. I might be one this Thursday. I'm not really particularly sure. It just depends on how I feel. Also, you can find me every Tuesday night with my man, Mr. Galloway, doing Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway, where we talk all things hip-hop, especially old school hip-hop. And tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live stream is going to be very, 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 very special. We got 2 guests coming on. These 2 brothers that I admire most, Rodney and Jose. We will be interviewing them live tomorrow 8 p.m. Make sure you check it out. Also, today I released a video on my old new channel.
What?
It was a channel that was supposed to be started by myself and my brother. He chickened out. I did some stuff, let it go, came back, but now I'm redirecting it, and I'll be putting information up. But the name of the channel is Awesome Dipped in Awesome.
Dipped in Awesome. I remember that channel.
Yeah, Awesome Dipped in Awesome. So I'm going to be doing.
Why I feel like you should say pause after that.
Pause. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me.
Chris?
You can find me on Twitter at Chris Just Joking. Also part of the Deep Cover podcast. And I know I've said this the last 2 weeks about recording, but we don't do this on purpose. It's just life happens. Like Mike says, life happens. So
life be life.
Things come up sometimes. So
Part 2.
we're not doing it. We don't do these hiatus because we're lazy. We do it because just life comes up. So we let whoever's going through whatever take care of their business, and then that's when we back up. So hopefully we'll be back this week. If not, maybe next week. But just know we're not doing it because we're lazy. I'm lazy, but we're not doing it as a group because we're lazy.
Mike?
Yeah, man. If you are not already subscribed, go over to Open Mic with OTR Mike. I have some goals over there, man, and I think y'all can help me reach them. I am on a roll. I got 2 new episodes up, right?
Dose.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I think I'm back, right? I think I'm back. So I just did a live stream last night. Basically it's Life Be Life in part 2.
Wait a minute, I went over there. Hendo told me to go to Mike's channel right now. I went, I ain't seen nothing.
It took him a couple seconds.
Oh,
Yeah,
I rolled over and went to bed.
Yeah, we got it popping in there. But Life Be Life in part 2, man. Mike, where the hell you been at? Basically, is what I'm talking about in that episode. As Chris talked about, yeah, I had a little hiatus as well. And then when I pointed out in the episode just how long that hiatus was, it's like, God damn. But yeah, so go over there, subscribe, man. Check me out. It's not sports, man, but you get a little different side of everybody here. Myself, talk about life, a little bit of everything, man. So go over there and subscribe. Also, Ring Kings podcast, man. We dropped our pound for pound list this past weekend. That's me, Jose, Brodney. We are the 3 of Ring Kings podcast, but we have special guests on Ferris. And as you've seen in the chat, Suge joined us to do the pound for pound list. So if you're into the sport of boxing, man, go on over there and subscribe to that, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a fight coming this Thursday. Yeah, as weird as that sounds. But Shakur Stevenson will be fighting Thursday evening. I think the card starts at like 5 o'clock. It's weird. But anyway.
What
they're in Vegas.
In Vegas.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, go over there and subscribe to Ring Kings podcast if you're into boxing. It's just the best boxing podcast on YouTube. And yeah, that's it.
And the link is in the description. I was on my job today. The link is in the description. Jose?
Man, I just realized we got a lot of streaming to do this week. We're gonna be on Hendo show tomorrow. We gotta do our show Wednesday. We'll probably do a live stream for something on Thursday. There's a fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Ravens game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Yeah, damn. The fight in the game. Come on. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yes, me and my brother are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT show. And like Mikey pointed out, Ring Kings podcast, you see the logo behind me. That's our boxing podcast. Just dropped our supposed to be quarterly pound for pound list. You know, it took us a little while, but we got it out now. Very good conversation, very detailed conversation. Don't worry, I put chapters in there if you want to skip around and go through the list fairly quickly. But a great conversation that we had. Ferris and Suge joined us for it. So subscribe, go check it out. Leave your comments.
Appreciate it. And as for me, you guys are here, so you know where to find me. But you can also find me for the streets on More Sip the Tally. Go over there and make sure you go ahead and put your notifications on, because tomorrow is the power rankings. A lot of stuff went on in the NFL yesterday, so there will be some shakeups. So make sure you check that out and be ready for that tomorrow. One last thing before we get out of here, and we all got our rocks off on this and had jokes and laughs because of this. But Chris, you do just as much film and stuff as I do, and I want to get your take on this. I want to get your take on this. Hold on. I want to get your take.
Oh man,
I got to get your take on this. All right. So you see this guy 76?
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch him. All right. Obviously, his guy leaves. You know, he helps out Lindebaum right here. All right. Now what he doing?
But he playing his own.
Now what he doing? Now what he doing?
He's the spy. He did his job.
he the spy on Lamar. That's a good one.
Look, look, he's doing a good job. Look,
he's spying.
He closes in on him.
Chris said he
Wow.
played the zone.
I need to investigate. I think this is the second time he's done that this season.
This is crazy. Look at his footwork. His footwork too. Good shuffle the whole time. Watch the feet. Shuffle, 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 shuffle all the way around the circle. Shuffle all the way around the circle. What?
He saw Lamar getting loose, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta go get him."
Bruh.
I haven't watched tape
Touchdown, Russ.
of this game yet. I actually been watching, coincidentally, offensive guards.
Mhm.
So that's what I've been doing the last 2 days.
This is offensive guard, supposedly.
Well, I've been watching better offensive guards who are younger than him.
But hey, that's all I got, man. I just
I got one more
wanted to see Chris's, because he missed out on the jokes for that, because I was in tears on that watching that earlier.
Man,
But
I got one more thing, Coach.
go ahead.
Listen, if you guys don't do anything else tonight or tomorrow or the rest of this week, I need y'all to go over to Lunch Break Hot Take and watch the video. Is the NFL stealing from its players? Because that video will give you a sense of clarity. Right now, I'm on this mental high right now. I have a sense of clarity. There's something in that video that y'all gonna want to see that's gonna help you out with focus and everything. I'm telling you, and this is not even a joke. Like Brian didn't tell you all day, ever since I've taken it, my mental clarity and the sharpness is just like, it's like I'm seeing in 3D, 4K.
It's like magic.
It really is. So make sure y'all go over to Let's Break Hot Take, check out that video, and see what I'm talking about.
You might as well go do it right now.
Appreciate
We
it.
out this
Appreciate
time.
it.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.